Didn't nothing happen in Macon County. I got your correspondence yesterday about that. That happened in another county.
What county did that happen in?
I don't know. Didn't happen in Macon County. Y'all know more about that than I do.
Well, you know everything that was in the email. I mean, that's all we know.
Yeah, that's...
3 of the potentially 5 people we don't.
If I had to guess, I mean, it sounded to me like you hung between Richmond County, Peach County, and maybe Dooley County.
Well, that's what I told. Insofar as Peach County, that's what I told Sheriff Deese, and he said talk to you.
But I'm not,
Well,
I'm just. Nothing happened in Macon County. The only thing that happened in Macon County is the injury.
is what?
The injury to the child.
Okay. What do you know about that?
Just what y'all told.
Okay. So who's responsible for that?
I don't know that anybody's responsible. You mean for it happening?
Sure.
I don't know that anybody's responsible for it happening.
Well, someone's got to be responsible for it.
Well,
He was injured. He was in the custody of people he was not supposed to be in the custody with.
oh, you talking about the armband?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the injury, the initial injury when he got burned.
Oh yeah, that's not an issue. That's not relevant. What's relevant is the injury sustained on his wrist
there again,
when he was taken.
It's just like the diapers. In my opinion, had to be in one of the 3 counts.
Okay. Well, I've got a sheriff who says he's not going to do it, and he's referred it to you, and now you're saying you're referring it back to him. Have you had a conversation with him about that?
I have.
Okay.
I talked with you about it.
Can you have a conversation with him and say, hey, this is not my jurisdiction, or what?
Will I?
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't that be the correct thing to do?
Yeah, I don't have any problem with calling.
Yeah, okay. I just say, because he knows the story, you know the story, he sent it your way, and now you're sending it back his way. It'd be great if you could preempt him and say, we need to get this figured out.
I got no problem with calling.
Okay. So tell me about you've got these people here in Macon County that actually did take Flint without our permission. That was an unlawful seizure. Do you have a dispute with that? This would be Susan Barr and Karan Albritton.
Do I have a dispute with what?
They took Flint from Richmond County without our permission and without a valid, lawful, substantively lawful court order or warrant.
I can't sit here and state to you what the laws or the procedure is with the Department of Family and Children's Services, but I'm sure, in their opinion, they were acting under the federal laws of the guidelines set forth by the state of Georgia with the Department of Family and Children's Services.
All right. Well, I've got an affidavit that claims otherwise, and that's the highest evidence until it's properly disputed. So it's, again, we have asserted and we are alleging that they did kidnap our son.
And that was done in Richmond County?
It was done in Richmond County, and it was over state lines, and they ended up in Macon County. And they had him without our permission in Macon County. That's a certainty. Well,
the letter from, the letter I sent to GBI is in there.
Okay.
And they looked at everything I gave them and everything I told them. And they say we don't have a crime in Macon County.
Okay.
I'll call Sheriff Deese. Try to get in touch with him this afternoon.
Now, what about these terroristic threats that occurred in Sumter County in that courthouse? She made very clear and concise terroristic threats. To have her child removed for something as insignificant as not following...
That'd be Sheriff Pete Smith.
It would be, okay. And what do you recommend I do? You're a sheriff. You know about these things. Should I put this in front of Mr. Smith?
I don't see if you want to pursue it, you don't have any other choice.
Okay. What we're looking for is to have an open conversation about this. If the position at the sheriff's level is consistent with ours, great. If it's not, we want to understand why not. The GBI is more of a, you know, that's not a local agency. It's, you know, this happened within, certain things happen within your county, certain things happen in Richmond County, certain things happen in Sumter County and Peach County. That needs to stay local, in my opinion. You know, if a crime happened there, it's y'all's job as sheriffs to deal with it. Not to kick it up to the GBI unless you're using GBI resources to do your own job. You know what I'm saying?
I use GBI all the time.
Okay.
I'm a small agency, and we use them quite frequently.
So you are, what you're saying, though, insofar as you are concerned, looking at the laws and whatnot, you don't see any laws being broken regarding this case within your county? In Macon County. Okay. But you brought up some interesting things here. Let me just go, I'm going to go down this list, and you just tell me what county I need to be going to. The conspiracy, Lisa Coogle Rambo's conspiracy to kidnap Flint Cross, what county did that happen in your opinion?
I would say Sumter.
Because the courthouse itself is in Sumter, but she's in the Macon Circuit, the judicial circuit, which includes Macon County.
She's in the Southwest Judicial Circuit.
Which includes Macon County.
Right.
So, in your opinion, should I be in Sumter because that's where she's physically located? Her court is physically located in Sumter?
She doesn't have an office here, so I know they didn't contact her here.
Okay. So, I'm just going to put Pete Smith on that one then. You know, because we want to get to the bottom of this, and any help you can provide is going to be appreciated. If there's an issue, you know, you just be totally honest with me. But what about Albritton? She conspired to kidnap Flint Cross as well. So
that'd be the same.
But she's a Macon employee, though. That's where it's a little iffy, right? Isn't she a Macon DFCS employee?
She and Susan Ball both work, but they had to contact her down there. Good Rambo.
Okay. Okay, so if Rambo and Albritton, does Albritton speak with Rambo?
I don't know.
Or you don't know any of that? Okay. So in your opinion, the conspiracy regarding Albritton ought to be handled in Sumter County? Okay. Have you spoken with Pete Smith about this?
One time.
Okay. Did he come to any conclusions? Did he disclose anything?
No.
Okay. Now, what about Patrick Eidson? He's located in Sumter County. So he's actually located in Leesburg. I think his office is going to be in Leesburg. He is an attorney for the Department of Family Security. Okay, where's Leesburg? What county would that be in?
Lee County.
Do you think that I ought to deal with the sheriff in Lee County?
I'd check with Pete Smith on that first.
Okay. How about Lisa Coogle Rambo impersonating a public officer, which is real obvious because she didn't uphold the Fourth Amendment in any kind of way. She violated it left, right, front, and center.
She would have done that at her. I'm sure she would have done that at her office in front.
Okay. Okay. And Hurt. Where's James Hurt? What county?
James Hurt lives in Chris County, but he would, there again, I would be just like Patrick Eidson.
Pete Smith.
Yeah. He's an attorney for DFAC, and Eidson is an attorney that represents the defendants.
Mm-hmm.
They're all in the same.
Yep. Okay. And yeah, you know, the last thing I sent you had to do with the diaper theft. The reason that came in last is because we just didn't know 60% of the parties involved in that, and we still don't. So, and that's a question I put to Sheriff Deese. Sheriff Deese wouldn't return phone calls and refused to meet personally. He sent his what was it, a captain, Sharon? And whatnot, so. You're a little bit unusual as the sheriff goes in this regard. Why is it that you have agreed to meet with us and other sheriffs are so reticent to meet with us? Now, Pete Smith is not necessarily the case because I haven't really attempted to meet with him, but Sheriff Deese and Sheriff Roundtree are very reticent to have a conversation about this.
Roundtree?
Yep, in Richmond. Richard Roundtree, Richmond County.
He must be new. I don't know.
He's new. But I've probably requested 5 or so meetings, phone calls from him personally, and he absolutely refuses to do it. In fact...
I try to be nice to everybody but my wife.
Yeah, okay. Now let me ask you about this item right here. What is this all about?
It's just my response to your request.
Okay. I'm going to pick this letter up, and it doesn't obligate me in any kind of way, okay? I'm going to pick it up, I'm going to look at it. So I'm curious to know what's in it, but it doesn't obligate me to do anything.
You want me to read it to you?
No, that's all right. I just want to let you know.
One of my letter and the other one my letter to the GDI.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What I'm looking for and what I'd like to see more of as this case progresses is I'd like to see some statutory justifications. I like to understand, for example, when someone says, in the opinion of Agent Jackson, every official involved in this matter did everything possible to protect and probably care for the child, and he disagrees with your finding that the child was kidnapped and injured by the staff at DFACS or medical personnel who were caring for the child. This really isn't an issue of opinion, it's an issue of law. Either you have an oath or affirmation in support of a seizure or you don't. And so have you inquired if there's any oath or affirmation in support of the seizure and in support of that court order?
All I've looked at is whether anything occurred in Macon County.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and retain that if you don't mind.
Okay.
I think so. There's nothing else I need to ask you. Okay. Sharon, do you have any other questions?
No, I just wanted to say, kind of seems like a petty thing to bring up about the diapers. But that's the point of it. It is petty. Why would someone, what does it say about someone's character? That they sent 2 diapers back this morning and they were given 20 or 25. It's a character thing. This is the people who are taking care of him. And you know what? They may be fabulous people, but I would, even something as tiny and minuscule as that, as petty as that, wouldn't catch me doing it. So, if that's the character of the individuals who are taking care of children that are being seized, as far as I'm concerned, unlawfully, that's not good. And, it just goes hand in hand with everything that's transpired. And I will continue, regardless of what you or anyone else says. It was unlawful. You don't do this to people. It's a corrupt system. It's an erroneous system. Any officer of any county department or anything who stands behind these people when they're seizing children unlawfully. It's immoral. It's unethical. It's immoral. And if you want to say it's for the better good, I don't think it's for the better good philosophy. And that's all it is. It's a philosophy. It's a politics. There's nothing, biblical or moral or ethical about a greater good. And saving one child, if there's 10 children seized unlawfully to save one child, there's 10 children injured in order to protect that one child. And, we were injured. To this day, he is clean where he was never clean before. And, he didn't mind walking away with somebody, and now when we leave, he gets extremely upset. I mean, there's definitely been repercussions for him as well as us. So, that's just where I stand. It's a terrible system.
Have you questioned Susan and Karen about this diaper situation?
I have. They say once they left them, they don't know. And once they left from that foster home,
Mm-hmm. And, okay, so they delivered those diapers to the foster home?
That's my understanding.
Okay, so they actually admitted to receiving those diapers? Okay.
And again, it's petty.
But you're right.
It's a character. Well,
Can you-
You're right to believe that.
well, I'm saying it's petty on, I can see where someone can say, well, it's petty on your part, that's a minor situation, minor event to bring up in the grand scheme of things. And I agree, it is minor, but it was so minor, why did someone have to do that? I mean,
Well, that's a petty theft. Stealing him was a grand
and I
theft.
hate to land on that, it's kind of sad to
Oh.
land on that, because that's the last thing that's been indicated, is you make minor. But,
Okay, so what's...
I called Deese
Okay.
and let him know you want to talk to him.
Mhm.
I can't, you gotta understand, I can't make him do.
Do you know Mr. Deese?
No, pretty well, not
Okay.
not really.
Well,
He was elected several terms after I was elected.
you probably need that from next time.
Yeah, Johnny Buckley, Johnny.
well, here's the thing. What's been done has been done. However, going forward, and you probably realize this, most of the people that are following this, and they number into the hundreds, if not thousands, they're watching this case very closely. They're very interested to know what the government is going to do when a clear breach of fiduciary duty occurs. So when a child is harmed, what exactly is the government response? Is it silence, or is it proaction so as to ensure that doesn't happen again? And right now, I'm getting the idea that maybe the government's going to take the stance of being silent on it. And I don't quite understand how that's going to help the next kid that gets taken. That's not going to help.
And understand